Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a how-to video. As I mentioned in the GTI's intro, I'm going to start modding this thing. So first mod on this car is going to be a Torque Solutions blow-off valve adapter. I did some research, I found out these cars have an electronically actuated blow-off valve. So to do anything else you do have to do a little bit of work. I don't really want to do that, and I don't want to have to deal with the modding. This piece sandwiches between the normal electronically actuated recirculation valve and just vents to atmosphere. I don't think it should be a problem for the car. It doesn't seem to throw check engine lights very easily, but we'll have to see. And I have a mic now. I'm going to throw the camera in the car, mic it up, and get a before and after for all of you. I'm going to try to make this as much of a how-to as I possibly can. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get right into it. I need to get you into the car and I need to get the before. All right, so this is my setup for the before and after. Right on down here, that's really hot, is the recirculation valve. Right there is my mic. It runs up and into the cabin. Wire goes out of my way. And then right back here is the tripod that'll be aiming you out the front window. So let's go get it before, and then let's go get to work. Alright, so first thing we need to do, this is your diverter valve right here. I know it was a little hard to see earlier. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little. There we go. So this is your diverter valve. This is what we're going to be removing. Start by taking this cable off, which I believe is just yeah, don't touch that. It says lift up and pull off, but there we go. So sometimes this cable will get stuck. Sometimes you just gotta, what you're gonna have to do is pull this up with your thumb. And when they get hot, I guess they get a little sticky. So there's this little space, if you can see that, there's a little space right here. Just put a screwdriver in, give it a couple little light tugs. Notice I said light. Do not break this. And then you're going to want to secure that off into the distance. The next thing that's going to have to come off is your intake pipe. So this is a stock one on this car. And you can just lift it up and out of the way. You can just lift that up and out of the way. Make sure it doesn't snap down and take up your hands. And then these are Allen bolts that are holding this on. Right, 1, 2, and then third underneath. All right, now I finished rooting through my tools. I finally got a size that would work for this. Turns out Allen keys around here are quite hard to come by. It is an H5. And I would really recommend you have the proper tools for this, because stripping out an Allen key is not fun. Yep. It is currently 80 some degrees outside here in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So my fearless little camera down there, who has to sit on the charger right now because I forgot to charge it last night, is getting a little too warm being in the engine bay right above the turbo. Just fine. It's probably 80 degrees in here right now. But I have other ways of shooting, so while it cools down, we will look at this. So this is our recirculation valve. It is electronically actuated. It's really quick, that's why I wasn't really keen on getting rid of it. And this is the sandwich adapter from Torque Solutions. You can see it has holes in all of the corners. And you will notice right here, there's a little tab that lines up with one of the little tabs here, so that when it sits on, sorry, doing this one-handed is really hard. When it's torqued down, it will sit flush. Now, they also, don't go anywhere, give you new hardware to go with it. They're slightly longer bolts. There's one, and this is one of the OE bolts. So once the camera cools down, I will go forward and reinstall that, and then we can jump into the car and get an after. I'm rather excited. I have some good battery now, so let's give this a try. So my plan here is to sandwich this all together, get one bolt through, and try to thread this on, because I have a feeling this is going to be pretty difficult. Ow. This is like the Death Valley for your fingers. Man, there's every possible way to burn your finger down here. Well, at least I heard it hit the ground. Next and final thing is just reassembly. As you saw, I just put the 3 bolts on. It cut off before the last one, but you can't see it anyway. You're just going to want to take the connector you took off of the recirc valve earlier and slide it back on. And then put the air inlet pipe back onto the turbo and tighten it down. All right, that's nice and tight. Let me put you guys back in the car. It's been a few days living with the Torque Solutions blow-off valve plate. I honestly have nothing I can complain about. I rather like the sound. I knew when I got the car that the sound was there, because every time you would drive it with the windows down, you can hear it. It was just coming through the airbox. Now, that doesn't mean this is something you absolutely need. If you have a cold air intake, I have a feeling the stock diverter valve is gonna blow air through it just fine. I have a stock airbox though, so I have to deal with the restriction of that. Your mileage may vary though. So, a couple days on, I'm still happy. Maybe in the future I'll give a more in-depth how I'm feeling about it. I could see possibility of it getting a little bit annoying. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you found this informative. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. For those of you returning, thank you. I always love return viewers. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.